In this video, we're actually going to do a deep dive overview of what the KW website is compared to the brand new launched Remax. And this isn't here to call out anyone or say they're good or bad. I just want to show the two different experiences. So I'm here on my website, which was customized and personalized for me and yours truly. However, I'm on the generic Remax.com to actually do the same comparison here. And you're going to notice some cool things here that they have, like buy, sell, agents, offices, right? Don't worry, you've done this a million times. All right, interesting. What I find really curious is why it says real estate activity in Boulevard Gardens, Florida. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. I don't even know where Boulevard Gardens is, so I don't know if this was supposed to tell me where I am. And they've got a lot of content on their homepage, which is a bit overwhelming. So in comparison, mine is just a simple find your home. So let's do what the real people do, and this time we're going to do it by neighborhood, because I think everybody can search by city, state, zip. That's actually not a big deal. And what I found was under this by, click the more button and additional search fields like neighborhood. So we're going to do a neighborhood search. Now I live in the Knoll Ridge neighborhood in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Interestingly, it shows neighborhood but says Miami, Florida. So as a local resident, I already feel like this website doesn't know where I live. So I'll choose that, Knoll Ridge there. I'm going to do the same search on my personal website, and you can do this on Keller Williams' website if you want to. And this is just a great way to start exploring what does this look like. So I'm doing the Knoll Ridge neighborhood in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which is where I live. Notice the map. Now this map boundary came from Nextdoor. And if you look at Remax's, this still says Miami, Florida, even though we're in Fort Lauderdale. And this is the map, but I noticed it uses this little code at the end, which is technically the MLS area, not an actual neighborhood. So they're using the term neighborhood, but this is not my neighborhood down here. Here, this is actually the correct neighborhood. This is actually where my neighborhood is and where I live. So that's the first thing it does. Now, it's going to pull up any price, any beds, bath, and already has preset some filters of single family home and for sale. That's just what their pre-made filter is. And to match that, I'm looking up just single family homes, no price range, no bedrooms. And it is looking for sale, which is everything. I can match it and just say active only and just look side by side, active, active. Notice the first big difference. It really highlights neighborhoods here. 20 homes for sale, 401,000 is the average home price. It's got some data here to explore the neighborhood, and theirs doesn't. It just says here's homes for sale. This to me looks no different than what Zillow's doing. And in comparison, we could do Zillow right side by side. And this is what we as leaders should be doing to really understand this product. So I'm going to do the same thing. Look up Knoll Ridge, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. At least it called it right. They've actually got the map correct here, which is interesting. They've got the information. And looking at these three side by side, notice this and this is pretty similar. Minus the map is a little different. This and this is a totally different experience. Now, they're doing their sort by homes for you, right? Just based on some stuff. And they've got the for sale already chosen. Home type, everything is selected. So I'm going to check everything but single family homes. Remember, Zillow's goal is to have it appear like they have more listings than anybody else. That's why they select every category. And technically, that's why our website starts off with every category as well, to do the side-by-side. So this is single-family homes now in all three of these. 13 results, 10 results, 11 results. Okay, so we've got a bunch of different stuff here. And what is the consumer experience on this? So let's actually pick a listing. Now, this is sorted by highest price. So I will match that and sort by highest price, which I'm doing right now. And I'll make sure that Zillow sorts by highest price. Okay, so we can agree that all three of them have this home here at 5144 Northeast 18th Avenue. Okay, so let's actually click on that listing and go to it. So I'm going to click on that one. Here's from my website, and I'm going to do the same thing with Zillow. Now, Zillow opens up right there in the screen. Mine opens up a brand new tab, and so does Remax's. Now, Remax has the price and information here. They have the pricing calculator, some information. Zillow's kind of doing the same thing. Here's some information. Notice, though, they're saying, would you like to sell your house? So that's what Zillow has, which my consumers, that terrifies me. However, this is what they've got. They've got their estimate, estimated payment, contact agents, and some information, save, share, and more. Now, in contrast, ours is going to have the photos, some information, save and hide, ask me questions, and we have Keller Mortgage and Keller Covered. That is not on this other site. So I've got some information here. They have a mortgage calculator, but no mortgage product associated yet. They can share and do stuff. So if I scroll down to the data, or they have an interesting layout, I can scroll down and look at the same data for mine. 4 beds, 3 baths, right? Here's the information. Now, their site is this way. I wonder what it looks like if I go mobile. Okay, not horrible. Remember, everything has to be mobile responsive. I already know ours is made for mobile, and that's why it's laid out the way it is. So on the phone, it's exactly the same. It doesn't have this whole stretch, unstretch kind of concept. Here's the information about the listing. Here's the home facts. Zillow's got the same kind of concept. Here's the data. Here's the information about it. Now, there's the listing agent featured, right? With he's at take a home with Zillow Premier Agent. Notice it says with a Zillow Premier Agent. Doesn't mean you take it with this agent. So they have that there. Our website says, hey, would you like to actually request a showing? So that's a button that will be back. It used to be right here next to Ask Me. So schedule a showing will be coming back because that was on there. This one's doing the same kind of thing. I'm interested in my places. It shows a map, some details. No, they have a lot of details listed. Some information about this home. Last time it was updated was actually back in February 3rd. Similar properties for sale. Okay, so we've got that information. Scrolling down, home facts. Now this has neighborhood data. I didn't see that on the other ones. And if I come even to the Zillow site, facts and features, home value, here's that Zestimate. We know that's there. Price and tax history, monthly cost. Notice I'm still not getting anything about the neighborhood. Rental value. Okay, school. So right off the bat, neighborhood isn't even a focus. It's way down here. And neighborhood data is just this. Same thing with the RE/MAX site. Here's some stuff about schools, transportation, mortgage calculator, property history. There's nothing on neighborhood on this one that tells me anything about where they live. However, in contrast, mine's actually showing you what the locals say. That's a neat feature that both Zillow and RE/MAX didn't have. What are they saying about this area? Vehicle enthusiast. We have great Jaguar stores and all kinds of stores in my neighborhood right across the street, which is awesome. Luxury culture. We're in a higher price point. Networking opportunities, shopping, movies, somewhat walkability score, commute times. We have the school ratings like the others did. We also have the built-in mortgage payment and calculator with Keller Mortgage and Keller Covered. I didn't see that on this site, and I didn't see that also on this site. So we're really focused more on the consumer experience here. Nearby homes for sale. Now, yes, I think we can keep adding more data, and our website is going to keep adding data. But most of the time, think about this for the consumer. The consumer is going to go, wow, this is some great information. I personally feel like I'm going to get overwhelmed looking at all this information and I know nothing about where this area is. So it's great that this is the time on the market. Here's the details. Yes, I can schedule a show time with the agent. Here's some home facts. So great, the trends are telling me this. I don't know anything about this area. So if I'm coming from out of state, this does nothing to help me know, is this where I should be living? Is this where I'm going to be happy? Is this where I'm going to have the best life? Mortgage cost is here. That's great. Get pre-qualified. Okay, so they have an access to something, but I don't know what it is, and it doesn't tell me if I save money. Rental values here. That's neat. The school districts here, they have that. That's what the same thing RE/MAX had on their site, right? We have the school information. They don't have really like the teacher ratios or what's happening, so that's transportation. Actually, this one doesn't have the school ones. It's in another section for RE/MAX. So what information do they have about it? Now, ours in comparison is actually going to show the schools and student-to-teacher ratio. So it's a little bit different and even has more details around that. Mortgage calculators here. Now, I could save thousands in a Keller Mortgage. So if I click this button, it's going to take me to the Keller Mortgage link. Tell me about it. I can accept. Not going to do the quick video. However, this is literally telling me I could save thousands. If I do the same thing on Zillow's website and I come down here and actually click on the pre-approval, let me find it again. Man, they've got a lot of ads in here too. Progressive, H&R Block, report any issues, contact the agent, neighborhood information. There we go. Get pre-qualified. Oh, it was up at the top too. Okay, great. So it's saying, are you a first-time home buyer? Yes. Do you have a real estate agent? No. Just looking at listings. Like, it's asking me all these questions, and Keller Mortgage is telling me it's going to save me money. Different conversation. All right, so that's the actual listing information. That's what they've got here. That's one thing that maybe Zillow's doing differently, just making you go through 100 questions to get there, whereas we're actually having that conversation. Now, they've got some stuff. I agree we can add more details. Again, I'm not here to say who's good or bad. I'm just showing the different experiences. Price history and tax record, that would be important information to know as we go forward, right? And we will get all this. So anything you see here, we can get this data. I know we're working on our own stuff coming around these things. Commute times, we already have that built in. And then the neighborhood data does tell me nothing except for what's going up or down. And it features other people, a local bank nearby, similar homes, who it was listed by, and oh look, Carnival Cruise and cable. Okay, there's a lot of paid ads on this experience. I like the simplicity of how this just shows there. So that's just searching at a specific listing. So how about we do the same thing this time for neighborhoods? Well, I don't have a neighborhood option. There's no neighborhood here. And if I come to Zillow's website and go back to my search, there's really no neighborhood here to see about the neighborhood. It's just homes for sale. Wow, that's overwhelming. So much, and it's not even looking at actually what's everything. So let's look at the different experience on our site. If I explore this neighborhood, because I don't know the area. In South Florida, we do come from we are a tropical location, so people come from wherever. So here's the neighborhood data about Knoll Ridge. I can see the map. I can see what the home data is, what locals are saying is helpful, right? Luxurious, vehicle enthusiast, shopping, great for moviegoers. There's a 79% somewhat walkability score, which means there's things to walk by nearby. Here's the market snapshot, so I can explore more of what the active days on market versus average, what are the pending days. More details about what locals say. Oh, great. Oh, I'm a humanitarian, right? I love healthy foods, live experiences, historic. Okay, this has a lot of the things I'm looking for in a neighborhood. Transit commute times, the nearby schools, and then this is the unique difference. I don't know anything about the area, so guess what? I had to go to Yelp to try to find this area, see what's nearby. This tells me, hey, there's some great restaurants nearby. That's how I know what the walkability score is, because in this neighborhood, you can walk to these locations. Grocery store, not too far. Here's a grocery store there. We've also got a grocery store up above. I can look at cafes and shops in this area, any shopping that we have, arts and entertainment. What a great way to start seeing more about this area. Nearby homes for sale, and even better, we can start looking at nearby neighborhoods. That's a big differentiator between what this site's doing and what the other site's doing. And that's just one neighborhood. What other stuff could we be looking up? What other stuff could we be seeing? So let me come back here to this one real quick. Let me see if that calculator helps me with anything about getting financing. Nope, just a calculator. No finance help. Doesn't even have any property history. Giant balloon saying contact this office, and a lot of information here at the bottom. So that's just a big comparison, just simply looking at one location versus our location versus the command website and the websites that we have now built, powered for the agents by the agents. I just want to do a quick little deep dive on the three differences between RE/MAX, Zillow, and the KW site. I hope you found this helpful. I would encourage everybody watching this to go out and do your own comparison side by side. Again, I'm not here to say one is better than the other. I'm just here to go over the consumer experience and what does it look like and how is it different and between the three. My personal review, I feel like this site's got some things right and has a lot of things that aren't specific about my area. I feel Zillow has a lot of information, but man, do they overload it with a bunch of information that maybe I don't need to know. Making sure they want to buy my home from me. The ads that are here, I really am not sure I'm thrilled about all the extra adware at the bottom. Like Nike, okay, now I'm getting shoes. So clearly this just tells me it's got a corporate feel and not a care about me as a consumer. And I love the simplicity of how this gives me the information, but I can save thousands and save money with Keller Mortgage and Keller Covered right here with the access of giving the consumer that beginning to end consumer experience. And you guys, this is just phase one for us. Hope you found that valuable, and stay tuned for more great videos to help you with technology.